and you're tuned into Imagine That. And today I have the pleasure of having with me a gentleman which I've known for a couple of years now. And ladies and gentlemen, this is sort of like kicking off my multicultural series. And if you are an avid viewer of Imagine That, you know we've brought you everything from comedy sketches to fashion shows to poetry slams, all sorts of things. And today we're bringing you a little bit of Mid-Eastern culture with the Western influence. And without further ado, I'm going to introduce to you a gentleman that has been labeled the #1 Egyptian percussionist in the United States, none other than Will Soliman.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you, darling, for coming in.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming into the studio. What's been going on? The last I saw you was at the New Jersey Performing Arts Center. You had performed for the Sounds of the City series. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, the Sounds of the City is basically a festival that brings together different kinds of cultures, one of them being Middle Eastern, and it spans from Middle Eastern to Latin kinds of culture. And basically we were there trying to advocate and give a little lesson for the Newark area in Middle Eastern music and culture. And what we try to do in Recatech, and the concept of Recatech, is basically integrating and intercalating Middle Eastern music and American music.
Do what you do in terms of composing and writing or arranging. What are some of your influences? Who are some of the people, be it of
Middle
Arabic
Eastern culture?
Yes,
right.
exactly. Persuasion or otherwise, that influence you?
In Middle Eastern culture, because I began initially, when I first began Arabic music, I began playing dudet, that tambourine-like instrument there. And because that instrument was the basis of a lot of Arabic music back in the 70s, to learn the drum, I had to listen to a lot of old style music. And the two main people that had a big influence in terms of my style of playing would be Abdul Halim Hafiz, who, you know, the new CD actually is dedicated to, and another singer who's the pinnacle probably of Arabic music. I don't know if anybody even can exceed her, Kulthum. Those are probably the two in terms of influencing me in what I like to listen to, and the different styles of drumming that I've come to learn in the past 10, 11 years playing drums.
Speaking of CDs, I have a copy, and if we can zoom in on this, my wonderful camera. I just have the most fantastic crew. You know, every week I talk about you guys. This is Will Soliman Recatech, which is also the name, obviously, of your group. This was your first
Yeah, that was a single
project?
CD. Yeah, it was my first project.
Solo project.
It's a single that has, it's a radio mix, which is it's a shorter mix, and I also have a club mix for different clubs in the city, and actually in Europe this was played also.
Exactly.
So they've actually been able to utilize this a lot.
Wonderful.
A lot of the DJs.
Wonderful. And I also have your most latest release, and also entitled Recatech, Will Soliman, and I see that there are actually 8 cuts.
There's 8 tracks on that CD.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Why don't you tell us about this project?
This project is, to put it very simply, a dedication to Abdul Halim Hafiz. الآخر هدفي إني أسمع العالم كله المزيكا العربي وبالذات مزيكا عبد الحليم حافظ من أنا أثرت فيه.
طيب في ختام لقائنا ممكن نسمع حتة صغيرة كده؟
حد علمك الطبلة على فكرة وليم ولا اتعلمتها لوحدك؟
بصراحة اتعلمتها لوحدي. طبعا بسمع في الشرايط بسجل بس لوحدي.
ما فكرتش في الآلات الوترية؟
لا بصراحة.
نسمع حاجة.
أشكرك يا ويليام.
أنا بسمع الشريط